Okay, so I'm here today with Dean Gamble. Dean is the owner of a number of highly successful businesses, and one of them is actually seemybusiness.com. Is that correct, Dean?
That's right, James. So it's semybusiness.com, and it's short for Search Engine Market My Business. A bit of a mouthful for some people, but it works for us.
Exactly, and so that's pretty much, I suppose, an offline marketing business, Dean, which pretty much helps, I suppose, offline businesses with marketing activities. Is that correct?
Yeah, we do a lot of website design and helping the local clients here in our area market their business better online. So we'd have a lot of restaurants and local businesses, the likes of carpenters, plumbers, the normal sort of tradesmen in any local area.
Perfect. So, yourself, Dean, you come really from a marketing background. Your career obviously began within this marketing for offline businesses. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I actually originally did it in college. I studied marketing in college, and I used to build some websites just as something on the side while I was in college. Um, I was earning some decent cash doing that. Then once I left college, I let it fall to the wayside, and I got a day job. And I soon found out that the day job wasn't really for me. So I wanted to get back into working for myself. And I just decided like to go back in with the doing websites again. That's what I knew how to do, and it was pretty okay for me when I was in college. Um,
And are you talking, Dean, sort of the time when I suppose the whole website thing was really getting going? That I suppose offline businesses were starting to look in that direction.
Yeah, well, it was actually, yeah. So when I was in college, it wouldn't have been as big back then. But then when I was leaving my job, looking to leave a job, that's when things were starting to change, and offline businesses were really starting to go online a lot more, and they realized that everybody needed an online presence to be successful, and there's a real need for it. But it was I guess I was still in my day job, and it was just getting it hard to pin down some clients,
Yeah.
to spend some time on.
Hello, Dean.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, sorry, sorry, I just thought I lost you there for a second. No problem. Yeah, so basically, I suppose that's kind of where you started falling in towards, I suppose, the offline marketing space, and where semi business pretty much got started from that. I suppose like a lot of people that'll probably be listening to this right now, probably got started within that sort of area, if you like. Started off with maybe websites, building for themselves, maybe then starting to realize that they could build them for other people with offline businesses, such as you mentioned, restaurants, tradespeople, garages, that sort of thing. As well, is that really then where semi business got, I suppose, set up from you coming into that space?
yeah, definitely. So like when I was I guess when I took the leap of faith and I left my job, um, we hadn't really enough clients. It was like it seemed like there was so much out there, but I guess I was caught in the middle between trying to design all the websites, and even though I was outsourcing a lot, like there was still a lot of work in trying to get the clients, and like I was buying all the products and the Warrior form, but some were working, some weren't, and I just wanted something that was reliable and consistent, and didn't really need a lot of my input.
Sure, exactly.
Um,
And I suppose just as you mentioned there, Dean, I suppose the 95 job space you found that wasn't for you pretty quickly. And, I know a lot of our listeners really will, I suppose, they'll know where you come from with that, because I think a lot of people that want to get into this space, if you like, the 95 is not for them, that it's working for the man, as they say, the job, as people call it, just over broke, is not for a lot of people. So a lot of people want to get into this marketing space. So I suppose, as you'll realize yourself, Dean, there's a lot of people out there like you that want to get into this, but you know um, just come back to what you're originally saying there, that when you initially went into it, it wasn't terribly easy to get clients on board, and a lot of this, maybe the software and stuff you were using wasn't reliable. You were outsourcing websites and stuff like that. So you needed to come across, you needed really something that was reliable, that you could bring to clients, that would really work well. So I suppose around about this time that you came across, as you were initially speaking about there, pretty much a massive problem which many business owners face. Would you feel that's correct?
Yeah, definitely. So like it was pretty much I was caught in a loop of we weren't getting enough clients. I guess for me to be happy and be able to, um, I guess when I close my laptop in the evening, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be feeling I have to work till 12 o'clock every night, or lying in bed at night thinking, oh God, where are we going to get our next few clients? Or
Yeah.
just always kind of struggling or not knowing where the next client was coming from.
Exactly. I suppose a lot of the part that you want to become self-employed was, to have that little bit of freedom of when you work, and what you're doing to make that work for you, as opposed to, as you mentioned there, around the clock worrying about getting clients on board, and worrying about if what you're offering is good enough.
Yeah, exactly. So it was kind of I I guess I done a lot of thinking on it, and like I was thinking, how can I use what I'm good at to try and, I guess,
Build a
get
business
more
around.
clients.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and it just with the software background, and I just looked at the whole online model of how successful, I guess, affiliate marketing was online, and I was
yeah.
thinking like it'd be great if you could do that offline, and I always thought about it, but I never dawned on me I was actually doing it at the time. To give you an example, I had a business consultant, and in a roundabout way, he was recommending a lot of people to me. I did some work for him initially,
Okay.
and he was recommending a lot of business to us. And I thought, God, like imagine if I had 10 of these business consultants or 20 of these business consultants doing this for me. Like it would have been it would have had such a really good effect on the business and on me personally and financially, that it's something I played with, but I never done anything about it for a while, until I got to the point in the business where I just was saying this has to change.
Yeah.
That either I'm going to have to go back working, or I'm going to have to make some drastic changes here.
Exactly. And
Um,
so, really, what you're talking about, Dean, is you were looking at using offline business consultants as affiliates. Because if you were online, essentially, what you do to make your business run is use affiliates. So, really, what you're talking about there is taking that model of the online model, if you like, of using affiliates to bring in business, and you were looking at taking that offline if it was possible.
yeah, pretty much. Like I suppose the whole affiliate marketing, it nearly it has online marketing. That's what it revolves around. It's all done affiliate marketing,
Yeah.
and just to bring it offline, I was thinking, God, it'd be so beneficial to everyone, including myself, if it could be done.
Yeah, it's really
And
streamlining your offline business, whereby as you say, you get up every day, you have X amount of people bringing business into your business.
yeah, exactly. So what we did was I designed a piece of software, um, and I tested on the original business consultant. I had a good relationship with him, and rather than him just sending me leads on an ad hoc basis, I said to him, well, look, why not input them into this software, um, and then like I can start paying you a commission when you input in this software, and if I convert them into a sale, I'll start paying you a commission, and that's where it initially started, and we kind of made some tweaks to that software to get it working before we got a lot of other business consultants using it.
Okay, and this is software you developed yourself, Dean, was it?
Yeah, so like we developed it over about the course of a year, just getting feedback off the business consultants. With business consultants and accountants using it,
Okay.
and anyone else that could really refer business to us. we were getting them on board, and we were paying them a flat rate commission for depending on the sort of business they were sending us. So if it was a website, we paid them a set commission. If it was like an SEO program, we were paying them a monthly commission on that until they stayed with us. And like some like I suppose if you want to call them affiliates, they were making a lot of money off us, and I
By
guess
basically, just by basically referring people they did business with to you.
exactly, yeah, yeah. So we gave them a way to track it. I suppose to kind of take a step back and to describe the software to you, um, what it pretty much does is we give access to, let's say, an affiliate. So if we want to call him a business consultant who goes around chatting to all these businesses that are struggling. What he can do is he can input their name, their email address, and their contact number, and he can put in a little note through our website saying, okay, this guy is interested in a website. So that'll show up on our side, which is different. So we have our, say, admin side and, say, an affiliate side. And we can see these new leads coming in. So we can give this person a call and we can say, hi, Rob, your business consultant said that you're looking for a website, and he said maybe we should talk. And we work on that lead, and we can update that lead on our system. So we can say whether the lead is hot, whether the lead is dead, whether the lead was a duplicate lead. So we have a few different scenarios, and as the second we change it on our side and we click save, the affiliate, so the business consultant, he can also see it. So he knows at what stage all his leads are at, and he can also see how much commission he's due and how much commission we have paid him already.
Okay, so the great thing about that, Dean, is really incentivizes the consultants, if you like, that you're using as affiliates. It really incentivizes them to go out and basically bring you in business, because they can easily track then what they can make of it. And as you mentioned there, they can make a lot of cash off that by just basically referring your business and putting it in through the software.
Definitely, yeah, and everything is transparent. So, like, one of the I guess obstacles we had at the start was they were just saying, well, look, why you could just take this lead information and you just might not pay us. And so they input all the details, saying, no, like, you can call these people and you can chat to them yourself. You talk to them probably more so than we will.
Yeah.
So everything is transparent about it, and they can see the lead progress exactly as we see it from our end. So like, we're not trying to hide anything.
Yeah.
Once their commission is due, it's due, and they get paid.
Perfect. So I suppose the beauty of this software, Dean, is the fact that there's two sides of really. For you as an offline marketer, it brings you in business with a lot of ease. It brings you in guaranteed business, which, as you mentioned, is transparent, as business that you can see coming in and work with. And on the other side of that, the people that are referring your business, which you're using as affiliates, basically they can easily track what they're going to make off this. And as you mentioned, it can bring in some nice income for them people.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I guess you could say it this way, that we literally have a sales team of about 32 people at the moment. And them 32 people, they input leads into our system weekly, on a weekly basis. And it means we're not going out chasing leads, that these guys are doing it for us. So, like, we have a massive sales team, and they're all on a commission basis. And these are the most highly motivated people you can come across, because a lot of them have their own businesses and they're business people, and they're getting a high commission out of this as well.
Sure. So basically, for sendmybusiness.com, basically you've a sales force of 32 people that you do not have to pay. Basically, they bring you in business, and if whoever they bring in, if they take one of your packages, or if you make a sale there, basically they get paid then. So in terms of cost, it really is very, very cost effective for you as an offline marketer.
Oh, definitely. It's I guess we're just paying a commission. We're not paying a salary for 32 people. So Yeah, it's really good, and we're really lucky to have it and for it to work so successfully for us.
And for you, even Dean, to go out to the people that the consultants and business owners that you are using as affiliates, for you to go out to them with this software, I would imagine it's a very easy sale. It's very easy for you to show them this, and I would imagine that they take up on it very quickly.
It is because like a lot of them, because there's nothing like this out there.
Hmm.
A lot
Yeah,
of them,
that's what I just meant to say to you, Dean. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing else out there like this software.
and not that I know of, like we looked around to see was there anything that could help us out, and we didn't come across it.
So basically, you have to go and develop it yourself.
Oh yeah, we developed this from the ground up.
Hmm.
Like this, as I said, it took us the guts of a year. Um, so yeah, developed it all in house, and we kind of just built it from there.
Exactly, and I suppose now what you can see now, Dean, is the fact that it has worked so well for you in your business that you can really see this revolutionising other offline marketers' businesses.
Yeah, we're definitely like I guess there's so many different people that can use it. Not only um offline marketers. Like we've applied it to another business as well, and it's worked really successful. It's actually in the wedding industry,
Okay,
for event management, and it's worked really successfully for
really,
that as well. So, but going back to the offline marketing, yeah, like it was the difference between, I guess, our business being just I guess a normal business against a business that's really successful and something that I'm really
exactly, because really
proud of.
what it gives
Sorry.
you, Dean, is a regular flow of leads at no cost to you.
Yeah, exactly. So like I could log in now and we could see all the leads that are after being input this week, and I can see exactly what stage they're at as well. And then we encourage anyone that we do the business with. We encourage them to. We'll set them up as affiliates as well, and try and
Okay,
encourage them to give us some business. So
so
I
basically,
guess it has.
it's using your clients and your customers as affiliates.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess it kind of has a snowball effect over
Hmm.
time. If the more people you recruit, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you just your leads keep flowing.
Exactly. It's just like I go back to what we originally said. It's just like online marketing actually works because that's how it works. It's through people recruiting customers, then using them as affiliates to bring in more customers, and as you say, it just snowballs. And really, it's just taking that model and putting it offline.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah,
And again, go back to your original point. A lot of people listening to this will, all have the same problem, especially if they are starting off in offline marketing, or even people that are, are seasoned within offline marketing or other businesses, as you mentioned, such as event management and so on. It is always an issue having to go out and seek out customers and look for new clients and look for new business. And if you have to go and employ a sales team, that's a huge, huge cost. But this really eliminates all that. This gives you a constant flow of leads, a constant generation of business, and in a very cost-effective way because you do not have to go out and employ a sales force of 30 or 40 people.
exactly. Yeah. So it's very effective and very profitable to us.
Yeah, and I suppose just on that, Dean, I suppose talking bottom line really, in terms of cash, um, what sort of an income difference would you have seen between now when you started using the software and previously when you hadn't got it and you were going out and you're trying to find business, but you put the software in place, put the system in place, and you get a constant flow of leads, a constant flow of sales and generating business. So, uh, you know, uh, what kind of a difference has that made to your income?
I guess there's no comparison would be fair. That it's just on a whole different level. Um,
So
like
it's completely blown your
initially,
income out of the water.
sorry.
Would you say it has completely blown your income out of the water?
Oh, definitely, yeah, of course. Well, like I guess it's turned from a one man band into 13 people between having some people here in the office and having our outsourcers as well. But yes, it's like we've turned into a big company of employees. I have an office that like I recently bought a new car through it as well. So
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good, and I'm pretty happy out of it.
So it really has been the making of your business.
Oh, it would, yeah. Like if to be fair, if I hadn't done it initially, I don't know if I'd be here today. I could be back working my job, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
So
and again, a lot of people that will be listening, that's something they do not want to do is have to, call it quits, give it up, you know, and say, okay, I failed and have to go back to a job. People do not want to do that, and I suppose this software really offers them that opportunity it's a solid opportunity for somebody to be able to go and make it in their own business in the offline space or event management or a number of other businesses. But by putting this software into play within a lot of businesses, it really is the make or break for it. And this gives people an opportunity to actually make it, you know, uh, by themselves as opposed to having to work a job.
yeah, well, I guess the hardest part of any business initially is getting business, is getting people to I guess buy your product.
Hmm.
And like one of the oldest forms of marketing is word of mouth marketing. It's probably the most trusted as well.
Hmm.
And you're harnessing that. You're harnessing word of mouth marketing. Um, you're harnessing the biggest form of online marketing, affiliate marketing, and you're combining it to to have this effect that once you get a decent business consultants or accountants or other people that can possibly generate you business, like we actually got a new guy recently, and this guy does start your own business courses. So he teaches people how to start a business, teach them how to
Okay.
write plans, and each month he takes on about a class of 30 people, and he does evening classes. But all of these people need websites because they're only starting a business,
Hmm.
and the amount of business he is providing us is it's an awful lot, to the
Wow.
extent that he's literally making a wage on the side away from
Just
his
from referring your business.
exactly,
Wow.
yeah,
All
yeah.
thanks to this software.
Yeah, exactly. Like he logs in, it's in the leads. He can see at what stage the leads are at, so we can put in. Uh, when he sorry, when he puts the lead in, the lead comes in as a new lead, and then we start to process it. So we can change the process, and then we say whether it's a hot lead, whether it's a dead lead, whether if they're not interested. If we put in as a dead lead, we put in a small little comment as to why we didn't convert them. If it's a slow lead, they might say, okay, I'm not ready now, but maybe in 2 months' time. So we'll put in it's a slow lead,
Hmm.
and we'll say we're going to contact this person in 2 months that they're not ready for it yet. And the the affiliate, or I guess the business consultant, he can see this on his website as well when he logs in. So he knows at what stage all his leads are at as well. So it's everything's transparent. And
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant part of it. Absolutely every little detail is transparent, and you know, um, your particular consultant, whoever is using this, you know, they will be speaking to these other clients, on an ongoing basis as well. And it's great that they can go in and check out, okay, this particular person, they're not ready at the moment, or they're going to be doing something next month, or they're a dead lead. He might be speaking to them in between, and it gives them a bit of information to work on, which is brilliant, I think. But I think the absolute beauty of this, I think, Dean, for me, I think is the fact that this completely eliminates cold calling. Everybody absolutely dreads cold calling. Nobody I know likes picking up the phone cold and trying to speak to a random business and trying to outline what you're doing in terms of offline marketing and what you can offer them. It's dreaded. And again, a lot of the problem there is you're coming up against so-called gatekeepers. It's very hard to get to the source of the person, the decision maker, if you like. This completely eliminates any need for any of that. And a lot of people, that are maybe involved in offline marketing, they mightn't be salespeople. They might like sales. A lot of people don't like sales. A lot of people don't like having to pick up the phone or knock on the door. And this completely eliminates all that. This brings in regular business without having to do any sales at all.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, it becomes pretty predictable after a while. Once you have a few solid um, affiliates that can just give you a good source of leads. Like we've had, we have guys that just send us a few. but then we've other guys that send us like literally a lot of our business.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've got one guy and he sends us about 15% of our total business in the company. So, like, for the likes of him, we give him a bigger commission
Mm-hmm.
because he's so important to us.
Sure.
So, we can set the commission levels as well. Um, Inside what we can pay each individual affiliate a different commission level on what they refer.
Okay, and Dean, can you tell me, I suppose in terms of you know using, if you like, consultants as you know, as affiliates. Again, it comes back to how it works online. You know, anybody that's working in online marketing, they might be launching a product, for example, and you know they might get maybe 8 to 10, maybe even 12, what they call super affiliates, 10 to 12 good people who have huge lists, and really that's enough people, you know, to make maybe a six-figure sum out of a product launch. So really, I suppose it's the same here. You know, in terms of the offline space, you could maybe get 5, 6, 8, or 10 good business consultants, and really then they can bring in enough, probably enough business to really make maybe six figures in your own business. Would that be correct?
Yeah, definitely. So we've been the same sort of area. We've a few key guys that we look after, that I meet for lunch. I go for a game of golf with two of them. So yeah, we keep them as sweet as
Mm-hmm.
possible by whatever means we really have to. But yeah, we definitely have a few key affiliates that provide us probably the majority of our business.
Sure.
So we look after them well.
So really, that's all it takes, Dean. Maybe it's just a couple of guys who take on board the system and really can keep your business going. You know, really explode your business.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess the good thing about these people as well is that like all these business consultants, a lot of them would talk, uh, to bump into each other at conferences and things like that.
Yeah.
So like we've been referred other business consultants, and we've actually had business consultants ring us and say, listen, I can possibly provide you a lot of business, and I heard about your system through um, this other business consultant I was chatting at such a conference.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it works on that basis as
I,
well. That
I suppose.
it's we don't even have to go out and recruit some affiliates, that they actually come through us through word of mouth from our other affiliates talking.
Exactly. So really, you can completely rely on inbound marketing, if you like. You know, you do not have to go out and tourist business. It's all inbound.
Yeah, exactly. And these leads are all hot. Like it's the business consultants wouldn't be inputting them otherwise. Like
Mm-hmm.
these guys they're busy as well, and they're all very sharp.
Yeah.
So yeah, we only get fairly hot leads, so our conversion rate will be pretty high.
And I suppose, Dean, what put you ahead of anybody else? For example, if I'm a business consultant and I'm at a conference, for example, and I'm talking to a number of other guys, the reason I'm probably going to speak about you ahead of somebody else in offline marketing is because I know you have this system in place, this software where I can go in and log in and check exactly what I'm going to make off it, as opposed to someone else where it's word of mouth. Yeah, you know, if you refer me some business, you know, I can give you a commission, and you know, it's just word of mouth. There's nothing set in stone, if you like, and it's very hard to track that. So what really put you ahead of the game is the fact that everything is transparent and everything can be tracked.
Yeah, exactly. And once we start making out our first few payments, then they really see how successful it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like what we do with some affiliates as well is we'll actually pay initially. We'll pay them per lead to start to input,
Yeah.
and we'll send them out. We'll send them out a check. So if a guy inputs, let's say, 5 leads in 1 week, and depending on the lead type and the product that the lead is for, we could pay them say €5 to €10 per lead.
Okay.
So that could be anything from €25 to €50. And we like to send out a check to these guys, because then they go, whoa, geez, they get this check in the post,
Mm-hmm.
and they see what it's for, and all it was for maybe 5 minutes work, for not
Exactly.
even 5 minutes, just to input
Just
your
mentioning
name, email
your
address,
business.
and number, a few notes, and and that's it really. We take it from there.
Exactly, and that really spurs them on then to keep doing it because they're getting these checks in the post with all these figures on it for doing very very little work. In fact, not really doing any work. All they're doing is just mentioning you and typing in some details into the system, and that's it.
Yeah, they're doing their job anyways.
Yeah,
They're going to refer them to someone, so they might as well refer to us and get a commission, and I guess make everyone happy.
exactly, Dean. Exactly. So I suppose just finally, Dean. I suppose to wrap up, is there any advice you would like to give to people listening in right now? Again, to say a lot of people, we touch on a lot of stuff there that people will resonate with in terms of wanting to get away from that job, wanting to maybe get into offline marketing, but not sure where the business is going to come from. Um, People, maybe don't want to pick up the phone and call. People don't want to get involved in sales. This software really eliminates all that. It really is the answer to anybody's problem. That if anybody does want to go and set up their own business, to set up in offline marketing, or as you mentioned, any other type of business, event management and so on, it really is the answer to make or break for them because if they set up their business, they integrate the software, and pretty much from there on, they don't have to do any sales, any cold calling. They have a constant stream of leads coming in, and from there on, it's just about doing the business. So, I suppose to wrap up, is there any advice you would like to give to people, Dean?
Yeah, I suppose some advice. Well, I suppose like what I've learned and thinking back on I guess on the success we've had with that, but also the failures I've had with the business initially was everything is a result of the business you can get. That it turns the wheel of everything else. That if you can't get business, if you can't get new leads into your business, well then your business is going to die and it's going to stagnate.
Yeah.
So like having a steady flow of leads that's consistently coming into your business, it's more important than anything else in that business, and it needs to be the number one priority, I guess, of every business owner, and it's my number one priority still in all my businesses, that we make sure we're still getting new business consultants aboard so we can consistently keep growing and growing at the rate that we've grown over the last 2 years.
Sure, and I suppose really it comes for anybody within maybe the offline space. It comes down to two choices really. As you mentioned there, it's all about getting a constant flow of leads, but you've two choices really. You can either go and cold call, or you can go and get this software.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't know. I've yet to meet a person that enjoys cold calling.
Yeah.
So it's this software does change that. It does make a big difference, because I guess these people are warm to you, and you're after being recommended to them already.
Exactly, so, and there's nothing as good in business as a personal recommendation.
Well, that's it. It can't be better. Like these people are they're warm to you, and the business consultants already after recommending our services. So it's we don't even have to compete on price, because like our business consultants, we're not the cheapest in the world. And we get our business consultants to say that. We get any of our affiliates to say that. But we are the best at what we do.
Sure.
And when we kind of give our price and say, listen, you might be able to get it cheaper somewhere else, but we are really good at what we do, and you'll get a brilliant website. We do the SEO for you, like totally around Google's guidelines, that you won't get any penalties in your rankings.
Exactly. And I suppose, Dean, from a customer or client point of view, who would you rather do business with? Would you rather do business with somebody that was referred to you by somebody or would you rather do business with somebody that just called you up and said they can do X, Y, and Z over the phone? It really makes sense,
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like any time, I suppose everybody's the same, that you like when you're buying any product, you always read the reviews, or you find out someone who's used it or bought it before. So yeah, we kind of have that covered.
Sure. And Dean, I suppose, as you mentioned already, financially it has really exploded your business, but it has also given you time freedom. It's freed up a lot of time for you, because you have this system in place which works for you on a daily basis. It's then freed up a lot of time for you. So for other stuff. So really, that has allowed you then to set up a number of other businesses.
Yeah, so like I have some other businesses that I'm involved in as well. Um, I guess the online marketing for offline businesses, that was the foundation. And then getting the whole sales process in place using this software, and being able to outsource it out to the Philippines as well. It's kind of, it's all happening in the background, I
Hmm.
guess, at this stage, that it doesn't need much of my involvement.
Yeah,
Um, so there's a lot of possibility there for doing that as well.
sure. So really, I suppose to sum up, it really allowed this software really allowed you to get away from your job and stay away from it. Is giving you great financial freedom. It's also giving you time freedom, and really what it has done is it's allowed your business to grow and grow and grow, while it allows you to take a step back and really um, it has eliminated the sales process for you. And so basically you're generating leads on a daily basis. You're doing business out of the back end of that, without any sales process, or having to even pay salespeople to get involved in your business. So, from a cost point of view, it has cut your costs, and again, it has allowed you to operate within the background whilst doing a steady flow of business on a regular basis.
Exactly. Yeah.
I suppose for me, Dean, I think somebody would be crazy not to take this on board in their business because, again, the advantages are absolutely massive. There's nothing out there like this, and I can just imagine other offline marketers taking this on board. They'll never look back. I think.
Yeah, hopefully, like we've big plans for it, and I guess I completely stand by it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Uh,
it's right and tested, Dean. It's working in your business, and it's working in a number of other businesses. So, from that point of view, it gives a great credibility.
oh yeah, exactly. Like it's not something that was designed last week and we're trying to sell. Like we've been using this for just over 3 years now. So
It's
it's bulletproof at this
it's
stage.
very well tried and tested. Because I know, when you look on different forums and stuff, and you see a lot of products that are launched, and they promise X, Y, and Z, and promise huge figures and overnight and this and the other. But that might be something that there's a lot of fly by night stuff, and that might be something that was just drummed up in the space of 24, 48 hours. As you say, you've been 3 years working this product, and it has absolutely exploded your business. So, from that point of view alone, there's nothing out there like that. And the fact that it's very unique software, I think, really, if anybody's serious about jacking in their job, setting up their own business, exploding their offline marketing business, having financial freedom or having time freedom, they'd be completely crazy not to take the software on board.
Yeah, so I'd like to think so myself.
Yeah, well, look at 3 years speak for themselves, I think, Dean.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a long time in development.
Yeah, and as I say, it's tried and tested, it's proven, and it works. So, I suppose just to finish up, Dean, is there anything else you'd like to mention, or say to our listeners?
I guess like it's just back to the point I was saying. It's just getting your leads is the key to increasing your business, and it's the most important aspect of any business is the marketing side of it. Having a strong, consistent flow of leads. So I guess the software can really help you in that sense.
Exactly. And I suppose just finish up on that note, Dean. It's pretty much. I would just to finally mention to our listeners out there, I would buy the software or pick up the phone and start cold calling. So, listen, Dean, thanks very much for coming on the call here today. It's really fantastic, and I hope our listeners will get a lot out of this. And I certainly think the software is revolutionary. It's been tried and tested for 3 years. It's been the making of you and your business. And I think people are very, very fortunate if they do go out and purchase this product and really make it work for their business. So just finish up. Thanks so much, Dean, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon.
Okay, thanks, James.
Cheers, Dean.
Cheers.
Bye bye.